Hey everybody, coming to you again with another video of a topic that has been discussed many times. Just figured I'd show you my take on it real quick. This is a 2020 B9 SQ5, and we are going to be replacing the chrome Audi rings and the SQ5 badge with black badges. So the idea is to tape around where the current ones are. The only reason I do that is because I want to limit the exposure to the paint whenever I'm using the fishing line behind there. So tape that off, and then I'll use regular hair dryer just to heat up the area here. And since it's three different pieces, I'm just kind of attacking one at a time until I get rid of all of them. So heat it up there, leave it on there for a bit. And then I took two smaller screwdrivers and with some fishing line in between them, just kind of taped them up. That way I wouldn't scratch the surface or anything if I'm pulling and it accidentally jabs the paint. And then you just kind of run it back behind it and they'll pop off. I also put the tape on here to show me where my barriers are. That way when I'm lining up the new one, that it will fit in the same exact spot. Same idea with the rings, just heat it up. There will be probably a little contour right here. It's not gonna be flat, it's gonna be slight contour. So when I lay the rings on, I plan on heating them up for a while with that hair dryer. And then whenever I push in on the top and bottom, I will push in with just some force with it being heated up, and that should bend the rings enough to where it should follow the contour of the body line a little bit more. So when I get to that point, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now comes the most painful part of this, and that's getting rid of all this adhesive from this double-sided tape. It's all over the place, so we're gonna have to spend a lot of time kind of getting it off here, and gonna use a combination of like some Goo Gone, and I got some stuff from Limitless Car Care called Decon Degreaser. And this here is a solvent degreaser. So I'm gonna take that real slow and probably use some shop towels and wrap that probably around a little pry tool to give me a little bit of leverage on pushing into it to maybe scrape a little bit off. But yes, it is going to suck. Okay, all the adhesive is now off. I found the best approach to this was to use this solvent degreaser right here. So what I'd do is I'd use the hair dryer to kind of heat up the adhesive that was on there. It made it a lot easier. And once I heated it up, I would spray that solvent degreaser onto certain sections, and then I'd take a microfiber and just kind of lay into it and start kind of just scrubbing it a little bit, and it would start to come off pretty easily. Once I figured that out, I'd say that the rest of it took, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. So now that I'm done with that, I used some waterless wipe from Limitless as well. Sprayed it on there, just kind of cleaned up the area a little bit more. And then I went behind it with some alcohol and cleaned off the areas. That way that there is nothing slick on there to prevent the adhesive from taking place. So now what I'm gonna do is, again, take the hair dryer, heat up that area because I wanna promote a good area for that adhesion to take place, and I think that it'll work better hot. So I'm gonna warm that area up, and then I'm going to press in the SQ5 badge. And I did look at this, and I thought that there was gonna be some contour right here, but actually the badge lays pretty flat. So I don't think I'm gonna have to really heat it up that much in order to kind of flex it, but we'll see when it happens. It looks pretty flat just from a test fit. So back in a second. And there we have it. The badges are on, and I think they look so much better than the silver. Besides, this one has the black optics package anyway, so not really sure why they didn't put it on black to begin with. So everything was straightforward. I heated up the area, placed the badge within inside the tape limits that I gave to it, and just kind of pressed it in. Once I kind of had it on there, kind of touched it in place lightly, then reheated it with the hair dryer, and then kind of just really put some pressure on it for about a minute. And then the rear badge, I did not have to heated up. It was actually pretty flat, and so therefore didn't really have to heat it. It turned out great and perfect, just like the other one. When it was done, there were some little tape lines around that I had to go back through and use the, a little bit of Goo Gone, a little bit of Limitless waterless wipe on there, and it took care of it. So yeah, that's it. And I will leave the numbers for the parts, actually probably the link to eBay where I got these items from. That way, in case you're interested, they're exactly the same size as what are on these B9 SQ5s. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it, and see you in the next one.